Good evening, Riv here. Welcome back to 7 Days to Die, Gameplay Basics, where I am rushing to get a horde base set up before the first horde. This episode is purely going to be on horde base, a little bit of building, a bit of thinking about how we're going to do it, probably a little bit of grinding while I get some timber to get the frames and get the general structure set up. Then I'll be going through and digging out some clay and some stone to make cobblestone to upgrade the main areas I need to be reinforced. So, hope you enjoy the video. If you do, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in there. Thanks. Okay, timber and a location. I think we'll keep it fairly close. Drops over there, houses there, it is over there. Empty spot here. A little bit of elevation, here. Don't want it to be right next to the house, but close enough. So there's some stones you'll see on the map. They're the grey ones here. That's some dirt patches, big rocks. I think I'm going to put it around here because I can break those rocks up to get the cobblestone going. Let me just put a map marker there. Go that way. Yeah, these 30-minute days, very different to the 120 minutes that I normally like to play. This could be a little bit problematic because I'm expecting a random horde soonish. The zombies over there. They're just randoms. See it already? Yeah, across the road. Zombie over there. So what I'm going to do is get a basic structure set up. So if a wandering horde does come through, I've got something to help me defend. Now, for your first horde night, you don't have to create a horde base from scratch. You can just go into a house, fortify it, and defend that. For a 30-minute day, that is probably going to be a really good idea, but we don't want it to be too easy. So I think right around here is going to be good. Okay. I didn't bring any wood. Excellent. Keep an eye around me. Yes, at some stage. Hawaiian Zombie. I can check my food and water, kind of. Okay. First horde base, don't want it to be too big because that's more resources you've got to invest in. So you might be wondering, that some plans you can't build on, but they will, when you go to put a block on them, it'll be on top, and then it just falls through and dies. Really annoying. Why the frames have sunk into the ground. So think of, let's pause this. Time is a rare commodity. Think of Minecraft, your cubic block. Around alpha, I started playing in alpha 15, and it was before that, somewhere between 7 and 10, I think. They put it, the developers put a rounding off a mask on top of the blocks, just so you didn't have the big square steps. So everything's a little bit more rounded off. Now, that thinking like a half block, if you're going to put something on it, it's not actually there. If you were to dig it up, you'd get your clay, but it would take out not only that masking layer, but the full block underneath it. When you put a block on top of this layer, it will actually snap down to the full block that's underneath. So it's there, but in terms of structural integrity, it's not there. So if I put a block on top of that, it snaps down to that level of block. If I put a block down here, even though it's probably about a third of the block is underground, it'll just empty out that spot. That was a very brief explanation, but just conscious of the time at the moment. So what's that? 3? That's 6. 6 by 6 there. That gives me a 4 by 4 area inside. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3. Now, this base, I don't have the resources or the time to plan out extensively what this base is going to be. But like in all 7 days games when you're playing them, it's an evolving game. This horde base will start out looking like this, but in 30 or 40 days it's going to look very different. So upgrade these. Stone axe is your tier 1 building tool. Yeah, so it is slower. The next tier up is your hammer. Then you get a nail gun. Now, there are a lot of YouTube videos where you can see how to build a base from day 1 that will survive the first 2 or 3 horde nights. They will generally involve some kind of strategy that combats the zombie AI. Nothing wrong with that. I've made plenty of bases like that myself. Some people would call it cheesing it, but you play the game how you want to. You play it to enjoy it. Don't worry about what people say. But this particular base, I'm not going to do that. So I have made a couple of bases where you make a very small footprint, but you make it multiple levels. And then you have the floor is bars, so you can get up on top and you can shoot down through the bars multiple levels, and then you make basically a spiral maze going up, so a full level where you go round and round, get to the middle, and there's stairs going up, and then you go out, and then on the outside edge stairs going up. Do that 4 or 5 levels, with a lot of areas where you just have floors of bars and you can shoot down quite comfortably. Now I need a whole bunch of frames. I don't have a whole bunch of wood. Not that the 200 or 300 wood I had at the house would have done much difference. So it is 6:30 now. I am going to stay here through the night, chopping down trees. I'm going to kill the zombies as I see them, because once we start getting into nighttime when they're running, it's just going to make it a bit more difficult. When a tree is fully grown, 1200 is the health. Obviously, the more health it has, the more wood you get out of it. Stone axes take a while to get through. The next tier up is your iron axe, and then your steel fire axe, and then your chainsaw. So I just noticed a little stutter in the frame. Generally, when you get a stutter in the frame, it means a bunch of zombies have spawned nearby, generally indicating a wandering horde. Just keeping up. So we have had dog hordes, so I'm not expecting the next horde to be dogs. I'm expecting it to be zombies. Hopefully it's not going to be a bear horde, because that would just be really sucky. Okay, that's a little bit embarrassing. Just lost the last hour or so in game, so only a couple of minutes. I was typing in the number for the wooden frames, and I've actually hit the button which stopped OBS recording. So I'll have to combine those at the end and start off again. So it's now 11 o'clock, same day. All that's changed here. Here's a couple of zombies that wandered over there. Had a zombie over here, ran off to kill her, and was talking about the general design of the base. I'll just quickly do that while they're wandering around over there. So I've used ramps along the bottom here, facing that way, and then ramps on the top here, facing the opposite way. What that's going to enable me to do is stand up here, put a torch there, and I can then attack down here. So anything coming in from that way won't actually be able to see me until they get right up close. Then I can blunderbuss them and use a club. Alright, let's go kill these zombies. I did say it a little bit more eloquently. Not too eloquently, because it's me, but... Yeah, come on. Nice line. If you are watching my stamina usage, you may note that I use power attacks pretty much. That's the Wandering Horde. They are only zombies. I did note that they were only jogging, so we're not in too much trouble. I'm not a great bow user. Just not accurate enough. No arrows on her. Okay, so 750 XP for her. Now, because these zombie bodies do despawn, so if there are any arrows embedded in them when they despawn, it'll be a little bag that drops on the ground. Not the yellow bags, the loot drops. Just a basic brown pouch. They don't last very long. Yeah, maybe a couple of minutes. So if you fill a zombie up with arrows, get down there and get your arrows pretty quick. Another level. There's two there, one over there. Yeah, in my that's my outro or my intro, the last video. I did mention that for some reason I decided to go off looting a house. Couldn't remember why. And then I just noticed it there, the 30% infection. It was 20% at the start of the last video, and I was hoping to find antibiotics. When you're doing a melee build, you don't want anything affecting your stamina regen. Now I'm at 30%, I'll show you the debuff in a second. No antibiotics. 7 regen, 25% decrease. That guy can stay over there. It's 2:30 now, so morning time's coming. That one anyway, so that's fine. Let's go that side. That side. So the way I will be getting into this base is from the outside edge and be climbing up. For the first horde night, it's probably just going to be something basic. That's the block I needed. Wooden frame, nerd pole with a couple of blocks going out so I can climb up and then jump onto the roof and climb down in. But that'll get a bit more elaborate as we go. Okay. Building is probably the fastest way to level up in 7 days. Putting down the frames gets you no XP. Upgrading, you can see there, 240 to 288, 288 to 336. And this is only the first level of wood. And you can see all the frames I'm actually building here. Now, flaming torches, candles, you don't want to have them around very much if you can help it, because the flickering light will actually attract zombies, particularly screamers. We'll cover them. Might leave that until we actually see the first one. Screamer zombies are modelled after, if you've seen the movie The Ring, I think it is. I'm out of wood. The little girl, the long black hair hangs down over the face, white robe looking outfit. She'll come along, she'll make moaning noises. She's attracted by heat sort, what they call heat, and heat is generated by flickering torches, using crafting stations like the forge, which requires flame heat source. So if you have 3 or 4 forges burning, you've got a couple of torches around, you'll probably get screamers every day, at least 1 screamer a day. Early game, you'll probably only have 1 forge going, making cement, getting forged iron. Chemistry station, you're probably not going to get that until a bit later, unless you're specifically speccing into science stuff. But yeah, having multiple stations that produce heat, as well as flaming torches, you'll end up with screamers very quickly. And what screamers do is when they see you, they scream, and that scream will call in either 5 or 6 zombies, and they'll come after you. If you're in your home base, generally not too much of a problem, because you'll have some protections there to help you out. I'm going to leave that as a frame for the moment so I can get in and out quick, because I'm going to need a lot of timber. Okay, so you only need a 2 block height for your person to walk. You won't be able to jump, so I could actually go in here, give me a block, and I could stand in here. There. I could stand in here. It would feel a little bit claustrophobic because you'd have a floor and a ceiling basically encompassing you. So I like to have a 3rd layer up. So this here will be frames, that'll be my roof. But I've got a little bit of a gap, I've got a bit of breathing room. Have as much room as you like. This is just my how I like to play. So this is the basic structure of the house. That's all going to be filled in as well, and there'll be a roof up here, a ladder going up in the middle, so I can get up to the top. Basically, I'm just going to stand in here, look something like this. Zombies will come up. They're going to know where I am, so they're going to come to wherever I am. They're going to attack probably this here first, and then the pillars. If I can't keep that repaired comfortably, then I'm going to move over here. The zombies, as they respawn, are going to come around here a little bit more, because that's the closest way of getting to me. If they're getting through here pretty quickly, you want to do it before you start taking layers of your defenses off, because they'll see that as the shortest path. If this is upgraded to cobblestone, that's timber, reinforced timber, flagstone, cobblestone. That's 4 layers that they've got to get through. If they've got that down to from cobblestone to reinforced timber, that's only 2 layers. Even if I move over here, they'll think that is the quickest way of getting to me. So they'll stay there and they'll keep attacking that, even though I'm all the way over here. So just bear that in mind. I need more timber. Lots more timber. So I think I actually changed the settings that the zombies only jog at night, whereas the default they're actually running, so they can catch you doing the whole running backwards and attacking. They'll catch you. So just be mindful of that setting. The running backwards might not actually work for you if they're going quicker than you. But I do believe I have Horde Night set as running, so I'm not going to be able to do that on Horde Night. It's always pays just to have a quick look around, particularly if you've managed to clear yourself a nice area. You can, whenever you chop trees down, you'll get seeds, so you can plant down trees. Don't plant them around areas where you're going to want to have a nice long view, be able to see the zombies where they're coming. You only have a limited range of where you'll be able to see them. I think somewhere around that tree line just there. Anything past that, you're not going to be able to see them, so having a clear area that far around your horde base in particular is a really good idea. Yeah, 40. Now I'm not too worried about having a roof for the first horde night, because you're not going to see, you shouldn't see the you shouldn't be seeing the vultures. I'd say you're not going to, because it depends on your game stage. I don't think I've actually mentioned game stage yet, but if you go into the players one, you can see your game stage, and your level and your days since your last death is your game stage. So 5 days, 5 plus 4 equals 9. When you die, your game stage is going to go down. So if you're getting to a point that's particularly hard, and you die, you'll notice that you're going to see difficulty drop down a little bit, which can be handy. I think I actually spoke about that in the first video where I talked about the XP multiplier. Earning levels really quickly without having access to all the tools and weapons means you're going to get a much higher game stage a lot quicker, and not being prepared will leave you facing zombies that you just can't deal with. Yeah, potentially getting frustrated with the game and quitting and yada yada. So, yeah. Keep default settings on your game while you're learning how to play it. Structural integrity is another video we're going to have to devote an entire day to, just to explain, structural integrity is quite important. You can build up quite comfortably as far as you like. When you start branching out, you run the risk of... Sorry, cough there. You run the risk of going beyond what it will allow you. Alright, ladder. Facing that way. So I haven't put it right on the base, because if they do break in, they're going to come into this level here, and zombies don't jump vertically. Ideally, you want 2 block gap, because you can jump up to your second block. Zombies won't jump, so they will not be able to get to you. They'll just start taking out what's around. Now this horde base is really a basic kind of horde base. I do have a bit of experience with it, so I know what to expect, but funnily enough, it's actually pretty similar to what my first base was in 7 days. I've mentioned before, I didn't actually read too much into 7 days when I bought it, so I just thought 7 days to die was a nice catchphrase. I didn't appreciate that a horde night was going to be coming for me on the first 7 days, so I was quite surprised when night of the 7th day came around and the sky went red, and then zombies just started coming out of nowhere. Left me completely off guard. I died many times that night. Yeah, it was quite interesting. I think we can put that one back in now. Can't pick up the shape, but I can get the rotation. Around the right side of the ladder. So yeah, having that extra height there just makes it not quite as claustrophobic. Now to get in, plenty of ways you can do this. You can create a basic staircase with a gap. So I can drop down there without injuring myself because it's only 2, 3, 4, 5. So that side. Nice and far enough away. Same height, yeah. The little trick, walk to the very edge and then turn around so you can see the edge down here. Then you can put it down that way. Just be careful. If I move close to the edge and then go backwards, because you move a little bit slower going backwards. Now you should be able to sprint and jump across. Because it is 1 block higher, I'll put 1 extra over there like that. Now it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's 6 blocks. I need 6. I might keep it the same height. The reason I've got the ladder off the ground here is because you will get the spider zombies. They're the ones that run around on all 4s. They will jump, and they can jump around 5 or 6 blocks. So if one of them comes up here and the ladder went right to the ground, they would climb up, run over here, and they just jump onto the roof. So just a little bit of extra protection there. I'm going to upgrade this just to timber. You could do it with just wood frames, or you could make a step. 5 blocks high here, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and run up and then jump over. But you would have to be closer because you don't have a running platform. So this is just timber. It'll come down whatever the final base looks like at the end. When you're jumping, if you hold your jump key down, you'll jump further. So if I run and just press jump, I didn't make it. Run and hold the jump key, you jump an extra block, maybe an extra 2 blocks. I didn't make that before, and I'm about 2 blocks in, so yeah, we'll go with that. Alright, time to upgrade. Let's check out those skills. I know I leveled up. Stamina. No, can't do that yet. Master Chef. Can't upgrade them yet. They are generally all level 2. I'm not going to go with that yet. I think I'm going to put extra point into strength. So that just makes my strength-based skills and attacks a little bit better. Now, personally, I like to upgrade the corners first and ensure that they have the highest upgrade level, because you will get zombies getting stuck on corners or going to corners first. There's just more of a chance that they will go to a corner and start breaking into that. So this particular base, probably not going to see that as much. Just other bases that I've built and watched YouTube videos for, corners are a bit of a weakness. Right, so I'll upgrade the middle first, because the only things that should be attacking the bottom are the crawler zombies. But when zombies attack, they can, like when you're power attacking, it'll give a slight AoE effect or a glancing blow. So they obviously need to be upgraded top and bottom, but primarily the height that zombies will be hitting at is the second block. I'm not sure if you just noticed, but when I came around here, I dipped down. That's because that mask has been, I think that's where I put one of those blocks. Yeah, so I can't actually do anything about that. But if that was a hole, so it was one block down, I could dig up some dirt from somewhere else, and I can make a dirt block. It's just clay soil. I can put that down there to fill it up. One more on this side. Get some more wood. Closest trees. Now, all these tree seeds that I've got, I am going to make a tree farm. Tree farms, when you're chopping down a tree, it produces heat as well, so you'll attract screamers. Generally not a great idea to have it right next to your house or your horde base, because you don't want to be calling in, unless you want to call in screamers for extra XP, you don't want screamers coming in any more than necessary. So find yourself in an area, maybe a chunk over, so 500 square meter block, go the next chunk over, so that building in the background over there with the red fence. Create yourself a little tree farm over there. Trees can be put down every 3 squares, so you can't have them side by side. Early game, people were using that as an early game fence, because when trees grew, they get to 1200 health. So put down tree seeds right next to each other, make a wall around your base. Developers didn't like that, so they made it every 3 blocks. So here, put down a tree seed. It's red, 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 white. So 10 odd trees long by however many rows deep that you want to do. Get yourself a nice supply of timber. So when we get to nighttime, I'm going to head back to the other base, because I want to start a mine so I can get some clay and some rock, because I want to upgrade this to flagstone and cobblestone. It's also the last night before horde night, because this is coming up to night on day 6. And my stamina is running. I can't even chop a tree down completely. I need to get some antibiotics. Yes, this side, yeah. I'm going to go with the top one. The reason I'm going with the top one is because if they take that out, then they'll be able to stand up here. They won't be able to push through, but they'll be able to attack me through there. Just with the double ramp design that I've gone with. Actually, the 30-minute days make it a little bit more tense. Normally, I would have a horde base. I would just use a POI base, but by the third or fourth day, I would have a base ready for horde night. And now we're coming up to night of day 6, and all I've got's a wooden box. Now, I'll do this just to show you. See how the grass is in the way? I can't actually repair it. I'd have to come right up here to the top corner to upgrade it, not repair it. Which can be a little bit annoying if you have a large area, like a wall around your base, and there's grass everywhere. It can be a little bit quicker once you build your wall. Just run through and just punch all the grass, get rid of it. That way, when you go through repairing and upgrading, it just makes it a little bit easier. Not going to worry too much about it now because you can just go up into the top corners. This is primarily what these videos are going to be like now, just because there's so much in this game, you can't cover everything. And if I did, make notes and write everything down, and people just aren't going to remember 30 or 40 points per video. Maybe they can, maybe it's just me that can't. So I'm just going to play the game basically, and anytime something jogs my memory, I'll let you guys know. But if you do have any questions on things that I'm covering, if I'm going too quick or not really giving it as much details what you like, just let me know in the comments. I'm more than happy to go back or even just create a one-off video just showing those points. Now, you might think there's no reason to upgrade your floor, but there are some zombies. So the Hawaiian Zombie, I'll just pause this because of the time. The Hawaiian Zombie, there's a similar size zombie. It's the cop zombie, the police zombie. He will actually explode. So from a distance, he will vomit out his acid. It's probably got a range of, I don't know, 15-ish kind of blocks. If he gets injured and you don't kill him straight away, he'll go into this, he'll hunch over and he'll hold his stomach. That's he's about to explode kind of animation. Once he hunches over like that, you've probably only got 2 or 3 seconds and he'll just throw himself back and explode. You're looking around a 4-ish kind of block radius. So if he's just outside your wall here and he explodes, he can take out the blocks that you're standing on. Now this particular design here, so late game, you wouldn't have a base just sitting on dirt. Dirt only has like 200 health. What you would do is, if you want it to be flush with the ground, you'd dig it down, you'd put your reinforced concrete blocks out there, several blocks out. That way, if a cop zombie explodes or a demolition zombie, it's another special one, fairly recent addition. If that explodes, it's going to affect the reinforced concrete blocks that it's standing on the outside and the inside. A demo zombie will actually take a reinforced concrete block out, so be mindful of that. But you don't want your floor to give way, particularly in this instance. 4 blocks outside, it's all dirt. 4 blocks down, is it 4 blocks down? I think it's a full 4-block radius. 3 or 4 blocks down, it's going to actually put underneath the wall. So if a cop zombie comes out here and explodes at the base of the wall, he's going to create a hole underneath the wall. Then zombies are going to fall into that hole, they're going to keep digging through, and you're going to be overrun very, very quickly. So you need to kill the cops before they explode. If you see a cop, kill it at range. In my particular instance, shotgun it to the head, get it out of the way quick, ignore all the other zombies, kill a cop really quick. That sounds really bad. I hope that doesn't flag anything with YouTube. Kill the zombie police zombie. Maybe that sounds better. Target that one quicker and get it out of the way. Because if it blows up, particularly in early game where you don't have access to high strength walls, you can find yourself pretty vulnerable really quick. But yeah, we'll cover later later bases. at later game stages how you can combat those particular zombie mechanics. Okay, that's enough waffle. So yeah, just upgrade your floors as you can. Early game, don't worry too much about it. But once you start getting to about your third horde night, you'll probably start seeing zombies. So yeah, upgrade your floors too. Okay, so it's 9 o'clock. I'm going to head back to home base, which is that way. Check and see if there's any zombies around. No. Now, I did note that there is an iron ore mine, a node right near. There it is there. I'm not going to be taking that out because it looks like a rock on top of the surface. Pause this again. Looks like a rock on top of the surface, but it snakes down. It doesn't go straight down. It'll go in random patterns. It'll fold back on itself and go further down, go left, right, north, east, south, and west as it goes down. It may only go down several blocks. It may go down 20 odd blocks. It could be a really big iron mine. It might be quite shallow. But the important thing is you don't want a big hole right next to your base. Don't dig up clay anywhere near your base, because if a zombie gets into it and it can't, if you haven't given yourself a nice ramp coming out of it, the zombie will just start attacking the dirt. You definitely don't want that on a horde night, because if several zombies land in that hole and they can't get out, they will just keep attacking towards you. So where that iron node is there, if there's a hole going down 3 or 4 blocks, they fall into it, they'll just come straight towards me, attacking the dirt. It's only 200 health for dirt. 3 or 4 zombies, they're going to get through it really quick. They're going to come straight through to where I am in the base, probably a couple of blocks down. Then they're going to start attacking up. The ground is just going to fall. I'm going to fall into the hole. Several zombies. Bad times. Don't dig holes anywhere near your base, particularly your horde base. I like to actually do a mine inside my home base. A lot of people don't like that because you've got the structural integrity. If you dig a big hole under your house and you want a big iron mine or something like that, and you dig out mass amounts of dirt, it becomes like a big cavern. You make a huge cavern underground. Right in the middle, it's going to be at its weakest structural integrity. That falls in, your house falls in on top of you. You lose all your crafting stations, your storage, all that kind of stuff. So just be mindful of how you do mine in your base. Can be done quite safely, but it just depends what you want to do. So what I would do is I would dig down a tunnel, go 10, 20 blocks down, then make a little pocket, dig further north, east, south, whatever direction you want to go, constantly going down. When you eventually hit that negative 50 block where bedrock is, you're pretty safe because you've got at least 50 blocks of dirt above you. You're not going to dig out 300 or 400 square meter cavern. You'll do like tunnels and rooms and things like that, so you're not going to run issues. If there is a node inside your base, inside the walls of your base, and you want to dig a lot of it out, put in poles, whether you get round pillars or square cubes. Put in reinforcing poles as you dig down 2 or 3 blocks. Put in a couple of poles, dig down a few more, put in a couple of poles. It just supports the structural integrity and it won't come tumbling down. We'll cover that as we do it, but just thought I'd mention that while we're talking about the holes near the base. Okay, gonna make a run for home, drop off a bunch of stuff. Gonna clear that out. Probably do the mine in one of the corners, not too far into the corner because I don't want it to be near the wall of the house. Stand there. Rabbits are normally pretty difficult to get, but I'll take it. I just got a bit of a dry throat tonight, so I'm drinking a lot of water. There's my home. And it's now night time. stamina is really bad. I think I might go to the trader tomorrow and just take anything I can to sell. See if there's any antibiotics there. Airdrop. Airdrops have a very good chance of antibiotics. And tonight I'm going to spend mining. The airdrop was actually just south of me. Night time's not really a long time, but I need to get at horde night. It's going to have to wait. So bedroll in a POI means zombies don't respawn. Make sure you put your bedroll down. Otherwise, you can walk into your home base and zombies have decided to come back in. That is also the case for if you pick your bedroll up. If you are doing horde night and you want to keep your bedroll in your horde base, so if you die, you're already in your horde base. You pick your bedroll up, then the next night after horde night, you come back to your POI home base. It'll be full of zombies. So just be mindful of that too. Don't want trees yet. Come there. I do want some timber. 7 stone. Zombie. Not really attacking. Okay, standing on the shoulders, see that? Jumped over. The zombies will pile up on the shoulders of other zombies if they get in close proximity. So, that's why you generally want to have walls that are nice and high. I like to go with 6 blocks high. This is only up 2 or 3, so... Okay. That looks like a wandering horde. Really need to keep that ammunition for horde night. No more zombies around it. That's your warning. So that sky's going red the night before horde night. This is potentially quite silly because I do have that stamina regen debuff. But I don't want them busting through the walls, and I got no arrows. Didn't die. So no stamina for another hit, just back it up. She's going to take a couple of hits. Reload the blunderbuss. There's another zombie over there. He's down. Antibiotic. So, yeah, I've got to get that the stone going. Actually, I'd like to run over to that airdrop and see if there's antibiotics in it. I might do that first thing in the morning, but now I need to get digging. I need some plant fibers for the shovel. So I may as well start here, dig out these graves. Nothing in that one. The gravestone on the ground. still got a coffin under it. And that one. Gun shells. Look at that. Got a pistol. I'd have a fair amount of ammo as well. 9mm ammo. Hold on, actually probably got thirsty. Yeah. Unfortunate. I got one stone. That's a dog, a wolf. Bag down there. There he is. Now, wolves always go at the same speed. They're not slower or faster. So you don't need to worry about tackling them, them being faster at night or whatnot. Having a nice wall here to keep me safe is not an issue, but I don't want to face him close up, so wait till he gets close and then I'll blunderbuss him from the top. I'm going to take this out, and this is where I'm going to start digging down. So, board night, I got half an hour. I need to actually wrap this video up. So you got this last bit here. Okay, so we've got a little bit of progress done there. We've got a basic horde base. I'm now frantically trying to dig up some stone and some clay to make cobblestone, just so I can get some more upgrades on the horde base, because reinforced timber is not going to last super long, particularly when I'm going to be running short on stamina. So now that it's morning, I'm going to make a quick run over to that airdrop. Hopefully it has some antibiotics. Antibiotics are fairly common in airdrops, so yeah, I'm going to go there now, get them, hopefully cure this infection that I've got. A bit of a cheat way that people will also do that is they'll just kill themselves. When you respawn, you've got no infections or bleeds or anything like that. I don't like to do that. I try to not die as much as possible, but that's another way you could get around it. If you're getting really bad with your infection rate and you're coming up to a horde night, you can't find any antibiotics, kill yourself, respawn, you won't have an infection. Could make your horde night a little bit more enjoyable, as you're actually going to be able to do something. So I'm going to leave this one here. It's only 11 PM. I might do the next video straight after this, so like and subscribe. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments. Let me know if I'm missing something or you want me to go over something in a bit more detail. I'll do my best to answer your questions and cover anything. I might even do it in a separate video, so I'm not going to be impacting this one. 30-minute days, it's very different to my normal 120-minute days, so yeah, just running a bit short on time. So yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Take care.